What up, guys? In today's video I am going to be talking about the big fight that's happening this weekend, the heavyweight rematch. It's a fight between Alexander Povetkin, who's got a record of 136, lost 2, 1 draw, 25 KOs, defending his WBC interim heavyweight title, against Dillian Whyte, who's got a record of 127, lost 2, and 18 KOs. I'm just going to be talking about how I see the fight going itself and how I can see it going on the weekend. So let's get straight into it. So the fight itself is a rematch from the last fight that they had in August, last year August. It was a great fight. Alexander Povetkin stopped Dillian Whyte in the 5th round with a peach of a beautiful left uppercut. Heavyweight boxing, this is what can happen. It can be you blink your eyes and a knockout can happen like that. So, you could actually understand it happening like that. But in general, I did feel sorry for Dillian Whyte in that fight because I do believe Dillian Whyte was doing quite well in the fight. He did drop Alexander Povetkin twice. Yeah, he was it was looking like he was quite comfortable in there in general, which was a shame really with the knockout, how it happened. But Alexander Povetkin, the way he landed that left uppercut was amazing to watch. And it was one of them, you could just see how it's this peach of a left uppercut that he always throws anyway. And it's a shot that he likes to throw a lot. And yeah, the way he faked the jab, came down and threw that left uppercut, peach of an opening that he saw, and that's all she wrote, as they say. But in general, I was, again, like I said, I do feel sorry for Dillian Whyte. I do believe though this weekend I see it going. I do believe it's going to be revenge for Dillian Whyte. I do believe that he's going to get that win over Alexander Povetkin. And there's two reasons why I really believe that he will win. Firstly, it's the fact that in the first fight, Dillian Whyte didn't really look like he was struggling in any way. I wouldn't say he was struggling. He was doing quite well in the fight, and he was catching Alexander Povetkin with a jab, and he was doing quite decent in the fight. So I can't really say that he was struggling in that fight, and then Alexander Povetkin just destroyed him by giving him that left uppercut. But I can see Dillian Whyte actually improving a lot more in general. I believe he's got his youth. He's only 32 years old, so he's still relatively young. Yeah, he doesn't take many big shots. He's not been in a lot of punishing fights. He's always in exciting fights. That's the thing with Dillian Whyte, which one thing that I really like about him. And he is a big box office draw. And I've got to give it him because every time he does fight, you do. I can't remember a Dillian Whyte fight ever being boring. I've always been interested in his fights. He's quite an exciting fighter. Even when he fought Derek Chisora, the two fights he had to Derek Chisora, they were Fight of the Year contenders. Oscar Rivas, he beat him as well. He's always in good fights. Joseph Parker as well. So I do believe that in general he's a very exciting fighter, like I said. So I do feel that this weekend he is going to get one over Alexander Povetkin. Will he stop him? Well, possibly, because in the first fight, he did drop him twice, and although Alexander Povetkin didn't look as they were flush clean knockdowns, they weren't like ones where you were struggling, but I do feel that if Dillian Whyte lands correctly and lands flush on Povetkin, I feel like he will stop him. I'm not taking anything away from Alexander Povetkin. His 2 losses, he's fought for a world title twice, and his 2 losses with Vladimir Klitschko and Anthony Joshua. But I just feel in general that he's going to come up short against Dillian Whyte. The other thing which is good, with the delay of what happened when it got postponed from November and then it's got postponed again. In general, though, the fight itself, I feel Dillian Whyte's had enough time to practice where he might have felt he went wrong in the fight, and for that reason, I feel it's kind of benefited Dillian Whyte a lot more because he's also bought a new coaching as well, so he's had more time to train with the coach, go over the game plan, and just getting that comfortableness with the new coach that he's got. But in general, I have been impressed with Dillian Whyte, and And just the fact that he's going to get a title shot against, either, the winner of AJ and Fury, we'll just see how that happens. But I do believe that Tyson Fury is not in a position where he's not going to be worried about taking the fight, because Tyson Fury is not worried of anyone, and he will take the fight with a heartbeat. So, but yeah, I am really looking forward to this weekend, and I can't wait, because it is a big heavyweight showdown. But I can just see Dillian Whyte pulling off and getting that revenge. But let me know what you guys think. How do you guys see the fight going? Do you see it being repeat for Alexander Povetkin? Do you see him landing that peach of a left uppercut that he threw again and knocking out Dillian Whyte? Or do you see Dillian Whyte coming out on top and getting revenge of what he wants and beating Alexander Povetkin and setting up a world title shot? Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel, Triple B Boxing TV.